Win a match without blocking. Jump 15 times. Play as Catwoman 3 times.
Jason.
Yes?
Get these up.
Flip, man, is that you? Is that you coming on early in my stream?
Later on today, put some water
Flip,
on
man,
the
is
bottom.
that... Alright, I hope that's no more interruptions. Well, if it ain't the man from Flip Town. Oh, what the heck? Need to turn that in.
Slow down, Barry.
That's the one thing I can't do.
What if you're tangled in thorns?
Ah, here we go. I'll never understand how Flash gets such a bad rep in this game. Also, you're too late, Flip, because that was my uncle and he already left. Hi, yeah! Oh yeah, glad to be getting back into this. Oh no.
Try to keep up, Swamp Thing.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, I gotta admit, maybe I think they activated their wager a bit too early. Yeah, it gives them full health on their second bar and all. Oh, dang, I thought I did that glow. Sometimes it is pretty, it almost feels predictable to tell when someone's gonna go low.
Next time, try stretching first.
Dang it. It's over! Ah, that is so satisfying. Wait, is my mic actually working? Man, this season sucks. They get me into a headset. But man, I was panicking. Better take us to a different stage this time. Man, you got Flash at level 1, but you play him like he's level 100. Dang, Speed Force conduits. I'm thinking to have a character at level 1, but you play them so good, you have to be
How'd you escape
in
that forest fire?
just living in practice mode. Ah, I can't let you beat me, man. This is my home territory. If the game was accurate to the lore, Swamp Thing would have totally used the stage to his advantage. Where you going? Oh, dang it! Dang it!
Wait till Iris hears this one.
Dang, speedsters. Stop that!
You reap what you have sown.
Hey, I wonder if Flash's favorite dance is the Running Man.
And I'll hit you faster.
Running Man. You know that's hilarious. Oh, that grab totally should have worked. Hey, come here so I can grab you.
Try to keep up, Swamp Thing.
Challenge accepted.
Oh yeah, I got my teammate to help. It's like 2-on-1. Man, imagine if Flash had command grabs. That'd be terrible. That'd be terrifying. I can't believe they straight up gave Reptile Flash's trait in Mortal Kombat and MKX.
Eagle blinds. The green is power.
This is a no running zone.
Try to keep up, Swamp Thing.
Challenge accepted.
Aw, man. I rarely hit people with that alligator. It's over! They talk about when pigs fly, more like when swamps fly. That was terrible. Alright, it's mine. Yep. Alright, now I can talk to the chat. I like that, up to speed now. Man, I played against Flash so many times. You think I don't know when he's gonna go for a low, man? Too bad there's no option to be able to turn voice chat off with the press of a button when you play online. I still remember there was this one time when I was streaming Darksiders 2, and there was this one person who was making a big deal because I kept pressing the home button and it kept going to the blue screen, and they got irritated and it set them off to the point where they said that if I did that one more time, they were gonna just leave the stream. And I remember you, Flip, were all like, well, have a good day. And I said, well, don't let the door hit you on your way. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. And they came back with I'm gonna go. Try not to die. You might die. And I remember, Flip, you were still just being nice, saying something like, okay, have a good day. And I was like, well, we all gotta go sometime. But then they came back with, F you, I'm going to report you. You are the gayest YouTuber ever. And I was like, what did I say or do during that stream to give you the idea that I was somehow gay? Second, if you're going to report someone for that, then you're going to have to report every YouTuber that's on there who's actually openly gay. Because I'm not openly or closeted. Of course, my thinking about that has always been that if you're the type to seriously go out of your way, try so hard to expose someone as being gay, got your back, Jack, all high five. Your ability to smack trolls around us. Thanks, Flip. But yeah, I'm thinking, like, if you got such a problem with someone being gay, like, yeah, I'm not into being gay or nothing, because, well, I'm Jewish and it goes against my beliefs. I will admit that. But I'm not gonna go outright harass someone over it or be all like, hey, you know this person is gay? Like, the only time I would bring that up and tell that to someone about a person is if they're talking about this person like, oh, I would so go out with this person. And I would tell them, well, that person is gay, so I doubt they'd be interested in you. That's like one of the few times I can think of where I would just tell someone about a person being gay if they haven't told them already. Well, I wouldn't be all like, hey, you know that person is gay? Just like try to start some kind of conflict with them. Because I'm like, why would I care? It's not like I'm interested in them or anything. But if you're really making such an effort to go on and on, or someone says they're not, but you keep bringing up the idea of them possibly being into something like that, then really you're just showing that you or yourself may be having certain thoughts about them. Like, oftentimes it's those who are guilty of something, they'll try to hide it by bringing shade on others about it. Like someone having a drug addiction. Like, the person who has a drug addiction will likely they will accuse someone else of having it just to get shade thrown on that person. Dang it! Stop it!
Conduct savior bleeds. Aton, give me strength.
Who the hell's Aton? I did surprisingly well with Atrocitus, getting Black Adam's health down to the second life bar and taking some of his health off the second life bar. And I'm hungry. I should get me some macaroni. I should make me some the rest of that pasta and macaroni. How many boxes of macaroni do I have left? I think there's only one left. That reminds me, in DC Universe Online, I have at least one character. I talked about her who's a Red Lantern, Urumi. I have yet to really think of much of a backstory for her. Other than just like the other Red Lanterns, especially like Atrocitus and Dexter, she too is a victim of her own rage because of a tragic incident that has happened. Who's panicking?
Ready to quit yet?
Dang it, Superman, if you just do some kicks, some elbows, and knee strikes like Black Adam does, you'd probably be a much better fighter in this game. One thing that Batman brought up in the Injustice comics is how the Superman in that universe, part of his issue is that like he relies more on his raw power than Superman in mainstream comics. Like Superman in mainstream DC comics actually has training hand-to-hand combat. Pretty basic, but still helps get the job done. Whereas Batman or Superman in Injustice universe doesn't. Or at least from this Earth, the regime Earth. And that's part of the reason why he lost to his Prime Earth counterpart. Because his Prime Earth counterpart still be staying fighting people, wasn't out of practice. Thus, he didn't lose his touch, nor did he end up becoming weaker from the lack of opponents. Wow, I was surprised by that comeback. I am amazed I won that. But anyways, so what was I? How did I get talking about Superman? Well, I was talking about Urumi originally. Again, part of her issue is the fact that she had a tragic incident happening to her, which led to her getting angry, and one day it got so much that a Red Lantern ring found its way to her, and that she became part of the Red Lantern Corps. So basically, well, excuse me, a lot like Atrocitus and Dexter, mostly involving. Well, no, hers. The idea I have for Urumi is more of she grew up with having powers, but her family saw it as a curse, and even people around her treated it as such. Just a series of unfortunate events that led to her gaining the red ring. What the heck? I actually thought about this not too long ago, but I was thinking that when it came to people on Earth getting lantern rings, you would definitely see more people who get the orange lantern ring or the red lantern ring because of how easy it is for people to fall to their own anger and their greed. A few people who would get the yellow lantern ring for their ability to inspire fear in mass.
Now don't you feel silly?
So yeah, it would mostly be, I'd say, at least in modern days, it would be mostly red and orange and occasionally yellow rings. a few people who would get the pink lantern ring or the star sapphire ring. Man, that move is so awesome. Dang. Yeah, I'd imagine there'd probably be maybe a few people who'd be able to get green. A few who'd be able to get the pink lantern ring. So yeah, it wouldn't be impossible for there to be green, blue, or pink lanterns. But I still believe red and orange would be the most common. I forget, what are the indigo tribes supposed to be? I know blue is hope, red is rage, yellow is fear, or orange is greed, green is willpower, pink is love. Black is death. What the hell is the indigo tribe? Oh, most likely red. I most likely get the red lantern ring. Actually, no. If I'm talking about specifically from back when I was back in my childhood, so I'd say probably prior to 2018, it'd be almost guaranteed I'd get red lantern ring. I think nowadays, maybe I would be able to get Green Lantern ring, or even a Star Sapphire ring.
Straight through the uprights.
Yeah, I think out of all the lantern rings, probably Star Sapphire ring would be the one I get most likely. Well, that's if I can use the pink lantern ring without it taking me over forcibly. Because if I remember, that is a bit of an issue with certain Star Sapphires. Even Carol Danvers. Carol Ferris. Yeah, that's her last name, Ferris. How often they're portrayed as the bad guys. Haha! You activated my trap.
I wouldn't want one, Vic.
Kind of weird how Cyborg says that even though the regime has been dismantled years prior. Man, look at that damage. I often forget how much damage characters can do naturally when there's no gear involved. Because I still remember watching footage of back when Black Adam was added to the roster in one of the betas. In some of the earlier betas, the dude was doing so much damage in his combos. Even without his trait activated. And even with trait activated, it's not, the trait is really more of allowing Black Adam to get different type of combos. It wasn't something that would allow him to do massive damage or anything. At least the trait on its own. It didn't increase damage or increase anything. It was more something that just would allow him to cancel out of moves as a way to kind of mix up the opponent on block streams and to continue certain type of combos. That's really about it. Definitely what would have helped Black Adam in this and the first Injustice is if he had more moves that advanced him forward. Like, seriously, the way Black Adam fights in this game is something of a zoner, which makes no sense to me. Because if you look at the way he fights in the comics, and even in animation, he's definitely a melee type. He spends more time fighting up close and personal than at a distance. So then making him a zoner in the Injustice games is ridiculous. Seriously, he is too proud and too confident in his own physical might to rely solely on projectiles. Then again, I guess that's why they gave him so many cool combos. Because one of his moves, his down back one, originally it could be used to continue and extend combos without having to use meter. So it was a technical combo extender, but they took that away from him because they figured it'd make him overpowered. Dang, I should not have done that.
Now who's faster than Haru?
Do not speak his name.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely a balanced decision. Plus, that projectile definitely looks like it would be a high, or it should be a low. His down back one, because it starts off from the ground. But no, they made that a mid. Speaking of which, imagine if Swamp Thing's down one was a low. Aw, man! Hey, I probably would have done the same. Hey, good game. Hey, Flip, if you ain't busy, man, would you be down for some Xenoverse after this? Making you proud. Hey, get out of here with that. I guess the reason why you saying me making you proud doesn't bother me is because I know you're joking. Versus unlike that one friend I had back when I was going to college, where after I eat sure, yeah, please. Then again, it's no fun playing video games on an empty stomach. But yeah, I remember when I first took a class in wrestling, one of my friends, like, he was a well-meaning person, but he was definitely arrogant and full of himself when it came to martial arts. Actually, there was a lot of people I went to college with who were they were well-meaning, but on the subject of martial arts, they were just some of the most arrogant people you can. Maybe not some of the most arrogant, but definitely they were up there from the arrogant people I met in my life. I know throwing that trash can wouldn't have done much in the end, but I just wanted to throw that trash can. Get back in that corner. Haha! Wait a minute. I know, right? Like, proud? Who are you to be proud, Lo? You know, I'm glad they made supers and the meter you use for your special moves separate functions overall in Mortal Kombat 11. It's over. But yeah, I remember he was with that friend of mine. He said he was proud of me for taking that wrestling class. Say it made me a more legitimate martial artist. And another guy that he and I knew was pretty arrogant, maybe even more so than him. But still, that kind of irritated me. And what made it worse was how when the teacher was about to come in and was taking roll call, he seriously tried to tell me, be like, all right, here's what you're going to do. You're going to tell him you don't know nothing about this or that. You have no experience in this stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Trying to tell me what I should say to the teacher and all this other stuff. Because there's just some people who are just like that. Where, again, they're well-meaning. Like, they're trying to legitimately help. They're not just the kind who are saying, I'm just trying to help, when really they're just being nosy or trying to get in your business. He's one of those people where they're well-meaning. They're like, they want to legitimately help. They just go about it the wrong way. I was not expecting that to actually hit.
You reap what you have sown.
Also, it's funny how you mentioned the term grapple juice again. Because I just remember Swamp Thing has a couple of unlockable moves. One of which is actually called Swamp Juice. Dang it! Dang it!
The deepest seas are safe for you.
Although the thing about Swamp Juice is that it specifically gives him back meter for his trait, which I think is kind of pointless actually, simply because of how quickly Swamp Thing gains back meter. Haha! It's amazing how I haven't played this game for so long, and when I come back, and counting from yesterday, just come back and start dominating. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure you know this, Flip, or maybe I have brought this up, but that's another type of character I have in DC Universe Online. Her name is Carrie Wrightson, and I created her as an OC as the daughter of Swamp Thing. Extra veggie vitamins. The daughter of Swamp Thing. And yeah, I did tell you about this, but it was while I was playing streaming that game I was talking about her. Get in that corner. I don't know why I keep doing that. Have I landed a single command grab in this whole match?
Fear every blade of grass. I'm not the victim here.
Alright, that's right. Black Manta was one of the antagonists for Aquaman. His armor actually looked pretty cool in that film. Although part of it did make it look like it was all CGI. But at least like when he was on land. But a part of me thinks that's because of the design for the helmet as well. Because the helmet, like the way Black Manta has his helmets designed, isn't really something you see in real life. Of course, there's a lot of stuff in those kind of films you don't see in real life. Man, they need. There's a lot of characters they need to bring back. Like, let's see, the next Injustice game, please, NetherRealm, bring back Shazam and Martian Manhunter. And Solomon Grundy. Give us Shazam, Solomon Grundy, Swamp Thing, Bane, and Cheetah, so we can have all 1, 2, 3, all 5 grapplers from the series back, all in one game. Oh snap! Super dude. Random ass dude from Fallout. Although I did get to play a little bit of Fallout 4, and gameplay wise it's pretty fun in general. I like games like Oh, that's your character. I like games like Fallout and Lego DC Universe. Not Lego DC Universe. Lego DC Supervillains. Games like that allow you to create your own character, and that character you create is the main protagonist for the game. Although it's unfortunate that for Lego DC Villains, unfortunately, your character, just referred to as the Rookie throughout the story, has no dialogue.
I am here to be king.
This world is mine.
There's a lot of games I want to get back into streaming again, like my Metro series. Yeah, I need to give me some new headsets, because just being able to only hear everything out of one ear is no fun. SoCal? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Oh, Soul Calibur. I was thinking of some FPS game like Rainbow Six Siege for some reason. Hey, shut up out there. Ah, my arch nemesis. Oh, never mind. I still like, as far as character customization, it's been good throughout the Soul Calibur series since Soul Calibur 3 all the way up to 6. But what sucks is just the weapon system, because I liked how in Soul Calibur 3, when you design a character, you can, well, any weapon you gave them was originally an original move set. And if you played the game long enough, you can unlock what was called the Soul of feature, which basically gave you the moveset of that character associated with that weapon. So it was, you had the unique moveset for the custom characters based on the initial weapon you give them, plus the soul of another character. So a huge variety in the weapons and the moveset you could use. But then, from Soul Calibur 4 onwards, they took that away. You could only use movesets used by other characters. Plus, Soul Calibur 4 and 5 didn't have a unique story mode for your character. Soul Calibur 3 did. I think it was all called Chronicles mode. Yeah. But I heard that Soul Calibur 6 has its own unique story mode for the custom character.
Fear every blade of grass. I'm not the victim here.
What skeleton character?
You reap what you have sown.
Oh, I wish Martian Man, can you imagine the awesome gear Shazam and Martian Manhunter would get if they were in this game? Especially Martian Manhunter. The custom costumes, the custom skins. Oh yeah, let me check that out. I like Sasha Lamel's moveset in the Soul Calibur series. The way he uses his scythe and everything is pretty cool. But I forget who was... Oh yeah, Asteroth, the grappler of the series. Or at least the main grappler, because there's also Rock. Well, Rock is more of a semi-grappler. Let's see, Rock would be the semi-grappler. Asteroth being the... Well, can you even really call him a pure grappler? Because almost every time I hear someone they would do like some kind of character guide on Asteroth, and they'd say that the way his moveset works, you're better off fighting at a range, keeping your opponents at a distance, almost like a zoner. So I'm thinking, what kind of logic is that then? Why give him a weapon with such a long range, but then give him all those grabs, all the air grabs, all the command grabs, if his main focus is as a... Like, if he's supposed to be a grappler, why would his normals, his non-grabs, why make them focus on a distance? I guess that's just like because of how he excels at the long range, with his grapples being more in case he gets in, if the opponent gets in too close. Some kind of weird zoner grappler hybrid. Still, Asteroth is one of my favorites.
I've danced on the head of a pin.
That's supposed to impress me.
I forget, am I playing competitive mode? Interesting how of all characters they found to make a moveset for, they managed to make a pretty good moveset for the Atom.
Won't hurt any less tomorrow.
Fighting games when it comes to ring outs are they can be so annoying, but you can get some pretty hilarious moments. Oh yeah, and I finally took your advice, Flip, on making guides for characters in older fighting games. So yeah, thanks for motivating me to finally do that, because I've been wanting to do that for a long time. But I kept on hesitating on it.
Your worst.
I forget, that's supposed to look like a command grab. Haha! You may be able to shrink and grow as you want, but I got a gun. Always good to motivate others to do positive and hopeful things. That's what it's all about. Even if some people deny that. But yeah, I'm gonna do something a little. So far, I'm focusing on Injustice 2. I've already did videos talking about Hellboy, Cheetah, and Bane. The video on Bane definitely being my longest one. But I plan on really going into detail for Swamp Thing, though. Like, it's gonna be a multi-part series. Like that guy who does all those Shazam videos. Yeah, I did name drop him in one of my grappler videos. I think it was the one for Cheetah. The heck am I doing? Yeah, because prior to that, the only kind of tutorials I made was making certain type of character builds in Xenoverse, which I plan on doing if I can find more convincing guides or character builds to do.
White Dwarf Manor, am I right?
Yeah, I got a big ass fist.
Hell was that?
I'll take you down to Microtown.
Do your worst.
I don't know why, but that is so hilarious to hear that from him. I'll take you down to Microtown. Yeah, it sucks that his command grab is high. Didn't I do something like that? Yeah, I did when I was making some of those videos talking about that. It just kind of gave a basic, not a really in-depth, but a basic look at characters or character classes. Yeah, I did it for all of them except for the male Majins. Talking about like how some combos that go into stamina breaks, while also giving my opinion about set characters. Yeah, I did do that. Yeah, you do that flip because it might help.
You used to be a friend to the Titans.
I have changed my mind.
Yet another symptom of climate change.
Smart's never really been one for a friend since he's so dedicated to his task of protecting the green. The heck are you doing?
You must admit this is exciting.
Shut up, Flip. Ha Feel the power, fear the power of the almighty swamp log, bitch. Round and round, bitch. Dang it, I should have done his other grab. I don't know why, but there's just something about Starfire's costume in this game. It just looks boring compared to what she's been shown to wear in other media. Oh, wait, what am I thinking? Yeah, I'm gonna go play offline. There's this thing I like to do when playing as some characters like Swamp Thing, where I would go into the multiverse. What's the little arcade mode thing that lets you earn? It's a good way to earn gear without having to do all this other extra stuff. Yeah, just go to endless and pick one set that doesn't have any particular gear required or attached, and just add whatever random stuff I get along the way. It's unfortunate that unlike Bane and Cheetah, who have preset combos that end in grabs in the 1+ or 1+3, Swamp Thing has absolutely no move like that. He only has his command grabs.
We meet again, Scarecrow.
I recall dashes.
I am.
That is so classic between heroes and villains. Someone saying, we meet again. The other is talking about a time where, to escape, they threw a gas bomb of sorts. The other promising that won't happen again. Man, there's some moves something has here that would have worked great if it was just part of the base roster. Like if it was part of his base moveset, then all I can say is it should have been part of his base moveset. That way he would have it. It would help him immensely. Probably he'd still be low tier, but it wouldn't make him overpowered in any way. Like being able to meter burn Abigail's garden to extend the patch of grass he creates. A trunk punch, which it's also a meter burn, but allows you to go into his grab right away. It's moves like that you can add to a character where all it is that it's just you're just adding a meter burn. So that's the only downside to it, if you can call it that. That he has to spend meter in order to use it.
Reap what you have sown.
Shut up, Flip. Oh, I remember there was this old Christian show that I used to watch. Of course, I had the VHS tapes that my mom got for me as a little kid. Bible Man. Oh man, those were some good. Those was good to watch. I really enjoyed those. But yeah, in Bible Man, there was one villain he went up against named El Furioso, who created this sort of dust that would incite anger in people. And during their final confrontation, Bible Man gets the jump on him, and he's like, "So, we meet again." No, it wasn't we meet again, we meet at last. Bible Man goes, "So, we meet at last." And El Furioso's like, "What are you talking about? We met like a dozen times." And Bible Man goes with, "Yeah, but it's a classic line, I couldn't resist." There was other lines he had in there that were pretty cool, where part of it was him breaking the fourth wall, others was just him being unintentionally funny. Like if he was fighting another villain named Dr. Fear, while they're in their last battle, I can't remember what the setup was, but I just remember Dr. Fear making a comment and Bible Man saying, "Yeah, but that was on public TV. This is home video." And Dr. Fear just responding with, "Oh." And he actually looks at the they both look at the camera while Bible Man does that fourth wall break. I really did like the Bible Man series. Like, yeah, it was cheesy, but it was that kind of show. It was like Power Rangers, especially well, at least compared to like the early Power Rangers series before ABC got a hold of it. Yeah, back when originally it was Saibon, and it was his company who was making the episodes. That to me was that was my favorite era of Power Rangers. The first Saibon era. Then there was when Saibon went to ABC, and then after that, Saibon got control of Power Rangers again. But the current or Neo Saibon era, I don't like it. Especially from Power Rangers Samurai onwards, I don't like it. The ABC era was good, but still, the classic Saibon era from Mighty Morphin up to... What did the original Saibon era end? I believe, was it In Space? I believe it was. I believe In Space was the last Saibon series. And I think Lost Galaxy onwards was when ABC era started. Although a lot of people credit with In Space for saving the franchise. Definitely Turbo did not get a lot of love. Although, yeah, Turbo, as far as the characters, especially the second group of characters led by TJ, to me, they weren't bad. My problem wasn't with the new set of Rangers, but it was like the new mentor they got. When they had Alpha talking and that, I don't know what the heck that was. It was supposed to be that weird cool kid sort of talk that they gave him. It was weird. Not bad, just weird.
Grow tired of war spectacle? I shall endure.
But it was that new mentor they got because the original Alpha and Zordon went to his home planet because there was some ongoing conflict there. So some woman they got, and from what I remember, she was not that helpful. Like Zordon and Alpha would give actual advice. Those two were actually helpful to the Rangers. This new mentor that replaced him, all she really did, like, instead of telling people or giving the Rangers actual information, she just spoke in riddles or rhymes, or technically asking them questions, and they're like, wait, what's that question supposed to mean? They're supposed to figure it out on their own. Then she decided to straight up abandon them and go to Zordon's planet to help him in the conflict that was going on there. I'm thinking, that bitch, she literally left the Rangers at the worst possible time. I'm thinking, of all the people Zordon could have left and entrusted to help the Rangers, he chose that bitch who wasn't no help at all. But then came Power Rangers Mega Force, and they had Gosei. And Gosei himself claimed that he was Zordon's a student of Zordon. He referred to Zordon as his mentor. But if I remember, I believe, yeah, Gosei was actually helpful towards the Rangers. Unlike that, whoever that bitch was in Turbo from the new group. Yeah, Zordon was pretty cool. I don't like how they did Zord. Well, there was a lot about the what was it, the third Power Rangers movie? Because there was the first one that came out in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie that came out where they went against Ivan Ooze. Then there was Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, which to me was pointless. It was pointless in that when it was supposed to be the film that it was supposed to kick off the Turbo season, but then they made the first couple of episodes of Turbo. They made, it was kind of introducing it basically reintroduced Turbo, kind of making Turbo a Power Rangers movie non-canon. I was like, what was the point of Turbo a Power Rangers movie if the first episode it was supposed to be them trying to figure out how to make the Zords, how to use their new abilities, because they already figured out how to use their new Zords and how to bring them together to make the Megazord in the movie. But then the first episode after the movie, they're like, alright, we need the manual to figure out how to bring this stuff together. Yeah, Tommy is such a legacy character. From green to white to red to black, and now having a brand new morpher that allows him to switch between all of them. It just sucks how in Power Rangers Dino Thunder, the Zord he got was just a carrier Zord. That's all it did. It was just a carrier Zord. I would have preferred if he got his own Zord. Like when he got the Tiger Zord. Because that was pretty cool with the Tiger Zord. It was the first Zord in the Power Rangers series that was pretty much literally its own Zord that could fight on its own. Well, no, there was Jason, the Red Ranger's Red Dragon Zord
from the second season onwards when they got the Thunder Zords. Cause that one, its main use was to combine with the other Zords, but it could fight on its own. Damn. I'm just trying to decide how I want to do. When I start doing the Swamp Thing guides, I already said earlier I'm going to do them in multiple videos, because Swamp Thing is really my favorite.
Challenge accepted.
I'm just wondering if I want to do a separate series on that. No, I think I'll just add it to the Grapplers series. Just mention that yeah, that's how I'll do it. I'll pick one I'll pick pick one or two of my favorite grapplers. Now, just one. I'll pick the grappler I play as the most and go into a lot of detail overall about that grappler. Block strings, combos, all that good stuff. It's just gonna be really confusing when I get to Street Fighter 5 because I need to think. How would I do that for Street Fighter 5? Because it would definitely be between Alex and Zangief, who I want to get the most time and effort to. Because I don't want to do it in live stream because I don't get that many viewers to begin with. So it's definitely going to be recorded videos.
Will not stand.
Who are you? Just me.
This planet's true.
Swamp Thing, where the hell were you in Justice 1? You know, I tried doing a combo video once years ago for Bane and Injustice 2, but trying to do combos without ever messing up, it's not easy. Especially when you try to create a variety of combos for someone whose meter burning only just allows for extra damage as opposed to extensions. It was funny because well, I still prefer mainly watching combo videos over combo guides that go over every excruciating detail. It's not as fun for me to watch. That's more definitely for people who are just either they're bad at combos or they like watching those kind of guides. But there are the kind of combo videos I do like. I mainly prefer ones where it's just showing off the combos. But I do like the ones that give simple and practical combos while also having the inputs at the bottom of the screen or in the description.
You should smile more.
I am smiling.
Swamp Thing is hilarious. I still wish he had combos like Cheetah and Bane that ended in the 1+3. Yeah, like Bane only has one. Cheetah has, well, she has 4 combos that end in the 1+3, but only 2 of them are actual unblockable grabs on their own. Well, I'm gonna let this one finish. Huh, what am I gonna make? Oh yeah, I said I was gonna cook the rest of that macaroni. Man, I had some clam chowder yesterday. It was good. I don't know why it is I have such a dislike for clam chowder. I guess just the name of it and the way it looks, it doesn't look very appealing. But yeah, I had it, it was pretty good. Don't know if it was actual clam or anything. You know, another game I really wish you and me could get back into flip is Dauntless. They've added so much, but if you're the kind of character, Chowders, or if you're the kind of person who just wants to get into the game, just get gear and just beat up random monsters, you can still do that. Like all the more, in fact, I should live stream it just to show that game off again. Like that game doesn't demand a whole lot from you. And as far as using resources to buy stuff, they also keep it pretty simple in that game. As far as using resources to, yeah, you obviously gotta fight the monsters to get resources to create new weapons and whatnot, but it's actually pretty simple. Especially the way they made it now. They made it to where you could just go into what they call the hunting grounds and just go in and like they'll have a list of certain monsters and areas. You go there and you can kill that monster, move on to the next monster in the area without having to go back to the hub world. And whatever areas you go into, you kill the monsters of that area, they actually respawn. So you can go into an area that has a specific monster that has the type of gear piece you're looking for and just kill them over and over again. Yeah, give us another game we can get into and team up in besides Xenoverse. Like Xenoverse 2 is fun, but it's always nice to have that variety. They really should have made Swamp Thing's up vine grab just a separate motion. Like have the regular one that's on the ground for at different ranges. Then have a separate motion altogether for the up motion just to get his anti-air grab more consistently. Although I get the feeling, talking about grapplers in games like Street Fighter, at least for me, it might. I get the feeling it's gonna be more difficult to go over. Then again, I actually no, I find it questionable between Injustice 2 and Street Fighter 5. I wonder which game I played more. Definitely Aquaman. I'm trying to do a dang combo. That multi-stab is Aquaman's most used move. You know, I think it's stupid that they took away the ability to extend combos. But see, that move where that tentacle rises out of the ground, grabs the opponent, and hits them. Whereas the meter burn version has him use the tentacle to slam the opponent to the ground. Now it's just a heavy knockdown. But originally, it would bounce the opponent, and you could use to extend his combos. I don't know why they took that away. I don't even main Aquaman. And I still think it's stupid how they took that away from him. Man, I am so glad I finally got that call from FedEx. The only thing I could think of about working at FedEx, as far as it is, I'm gonna have to take a bike to get there. And I already know the commute's gonna be murder. Like, yeah, it's good exercise, taking a bike all the way there. But man, just to travel alone is gonna hurt. Well, no, I did bike all the way to FedEx before. The only reason why it took me so long is because I kept stopping on the way there. So if I could just do that, just keep on going all the way there without stopping for whatever reason, shouldn't be too bad. Finally start making money. So that way I wouldn't even have to worry about trying to decide what I'm gonna scrap for dinner or breakfast or lunch. Just be able to buy groceries. Oh my goodness. Feels good. Nothing like crack Cadillac in your neck. Cadillacing. Is that a, oh no, never mind. I thought there was a bug on my screen, a cockroach or something. I hate roaches. They're so icky and evil. Why is Swamp Thing the ultimate Swamp Thing? How's he the ultimate party man? Hey, speaking of grapplers, I should play Cheetah and Bane as well. I did play Bane once so far today. I should play Cheetah as well. Oh yeah, I did see that animated film that was released, Catwoman Hunted, where she goes up against Cheetah at the end of that film. It's got a real anime style to it. Not bad. Not to mention the design for Cheetah's not bad either. Just weird how when she switches between her human form to Cheetah, she gets so big. Come on, you the Man of Steel. You don't need a zone. Ah, here we go. Oh, that is clever, Flip. That is freaking clever, man. I thought that was like a legitimate question you were asking. I did not see that coming. But what was like? Oh yeah, and Catwoman Hunted. It's kind of again. I like Cheetah's design. Just weird how they made her so big.
Get off my planet.
This world needs my protection.
Call me a rage quitter? I don't care. Yeah, it's like they say, you just gotta get good. Of course, the same people who often demand that others get good, some of them are definitely the kind to get angry, start raging themselves whenever they lose. Well, they'll demand that you get good, you get on their level, they give you all kinds of insults. But if they find themselves losing against someone, they'll make all kinds of excuses. I'm just casually swinging my nunchucks while I wait for an opponent. Ain't I just something? Although what sucks about as far as playing games online, hey, I fought this guy earlier. There is what game was it? Oh yeah, not Dead or Alive, Virtual Fighter 5 Final Showdown. Is it Final or Ultimate Showdown? Let me see. Yeah, I have that Ultimate Showdown. What sucks is that whenever I play that game, what sucks is how for some stupid reason I keep running into players who just play so bad in such a way that it is definitely very scrubby or noob-ish, where they will literally just spam the same the same the same type of move, the same 3 or 2 hit combo almost over and over again. Like they literally do nothing else. They barely move around. There's no variety. There's literally no variety whatsoever. The most variety you'll get is them doing a quick a quick 2 or 3 hit combo, and then other specific attack, which they'll keep doing in the exact same sequence over and over again. Literally just no variety whatsoever. And it's annoying to me how many people I've lost to playing like that, where they will spam that move, I dodge it, so I try to go in to hit them, but oh man, quit giving me the same person. I get people like that. Damn it, Flip. I get people like that in some other games I play where they'll do that, and I feel like they're literally just doing it just to be a troll or just to be annoying, or they're just bad at the game, so they'll just spam that same thing over and over again, have no variety to the way they play. But then, for some reason, I get that so commonly, almost over and over again, so consistently in Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. That's why I had to change my settings up a bit. So instead of people around my ranking, around my level, instead search for people of higher rankings. So yeah, even if I am more likely to get my ass kicked even more, at least I'll get people who are a legitimate challenge, where they're fun to play against. Man, yeah, you're right, Flip. Those kind of people are annoying. But there's just some people who they'll specifically do that. Like you can almost tell they're doing it in a way just to be annoying, just to be not a noob, but a troll specifically. But it's just stupid how I keep getting that so consistently in Virtua Fighter. And what's very annoying about Virtua Fighter is how grappling in that game works. You got so many grapplers in the game, and their grabs are so much fun. Especially Go Hinagami and Oi Uminakoji. Their grapples are so fun to land. They have such a variety. But what sucks is that landing throws, it just feels impossible. Oh, yep, there's a bit of lag. Out of all the games I have played over the years, all the fighting games I have, Virtua Fighter, landing grabs in Virtua Fighter is so, even against the AI, but mainly against human players, is so impossible. It is so damn difficult. I remember on one of Maximilian Dude's channels, Yo Video Games, they were playing Virtua Fighter. I think it was not Virtua Fighter 5, but I think it was Virtua Fighter 2. And one of them went for a grab with one of the characters, and it failed. Like he got beat just from the character moving around, where all the guy had to do was just, like, I think it was dash or back away. And he was surprised by that. And Maximilian was said, yeah, Virtua Fighter is the only game where you can dodge grabs just by moving. Or you can almost hit the opponent, where the only way to land a grab consistently is the opponent standing still. Every other game, that is not the case. Like, Dead or Alive has the triangle system, where strikes beat grabs, grabs beat holds, and holds beat strikes. But even in that game, you can occasionally beat out a throw, or beat out a strike with a throw, if you time it correctly. In Virtua Fighter, there is absolutely nothing like that at all. Like, the only way you're gonna beat a strike with a throw is in your damn dreams.
Sweet. Let me see if I can get, hopefully, just one more match with Swamp Thing. If I can get one more match with Swamp Thing and win or lose, then yeah, I should be able to get on Xenoverse. I don't know why I can't land that. I see other people land that consistently all the time. I don't know why I can't get it. It's so damn difficult. You know, for how little damage I've been doing to Green Arrow and how much he's doing all at once, I was doing pretty well. Hey, friend request. Did I play against this person? Bruce Wayne, 313. Ah, you jackass. Yeah, actually, no, that's going to be the end of that. It was so much fun to be able to stream this game and get back into it. So yeah, I'm going to hop off this and get into Xenoverse, and I shall see you there, Flip.